Let's do what Craig David does best and...
Let's get personal.
Hey gang, it's Shirley here on another episode of Stay Mentally Fit TV, the place to be to live the life that you love. And this is Q&A Wednesday. And just like I had promised in the intro, today we're going to get personal. And I'm going to answer a viewer's question by sharing with you some tips from my own very personal bag of tricks. And today's question comes from Suzanne. Suzanne writes the following. Hi Shirley, I love SMF TV. Thank you for consistently putting up quality, educational, and fun videos. Thanks, Suzanne. I'm an entrepreneur myself. I not only run my own business, but am a mom of 3, am actively involved in my softball league, and I volunteer at the local women's shelter. It would be an understatement to say that I am stressed out to the max. I am constantly mixing up my different lives. Work bleeds into family life, ball bleeds into work, my volunteer bleeds into my personal life. I hate to admit it, but I think I stretched myself out too thinly. How do you handle all your commitments in life? Would love to hear from you. Suzanne, I am so glad you haven't chosen to suffer in silence and have bravely opened up. You know, you're not alone. A lot of people get into the trap of jamming packed their regular schedules to the point that it becomes completely overwhelming. Who are you out there who can relate to Suzanne's plight? I know you're out there, so come out and fess up. Suzanne, you're probably expecting an answer that might be easier said than done, right? Well, what if I told you that it's the smallest things that you do on a daily basis that will be beneficial for you in managing your stress in the long run? Well, it's true. A simple, positive commitment to reduce everyday life stress done consistently over time will add up to a happier, healthier you. Now, you may not see the benefits of these seemingly insignificant actions today, tomorrow, or even the day after. That's why so many people give up the hope of ever being able to manage their stress. There is no quick fix to stress management. Your success in managing and reducing your stress can only be attained over time. So Suzanne, hang in there, girl. Now, if your current methods of managing your stress aren't contributing to greater emotional and physical health, then it's really time to find healthier ones. There's so many healthy ways to manage and cope with your stress, but they all require a small commitment to change each day. I like to share with you some of the small changes that I've been making in my personal and professional life so as to better manage stress. Now, all of these techniques are easy to do, but keep in mind that they are also easy not to do. That's why a lot of people don't do them and so aren't experiencing the positive effects of these daily actions done over time. So, life-changing stress management tip number 1. Create an end-of-work ritual. Now, what do you normally do after a long and tiring workday? Do you do what I used to do and shove all your paperwork and personal belongings into your briefcase or handbag and then mad dash it out to the front door? If you find that you continue to think about your work well into the evening hours, then perhaps you may not have properly put down your work. Creating an end-of-work ritual means engaging in some kind of action or behavior to signify the end of the workday. Now, such a ritual could include washing your hands, changing out of your work clothes, putting away all the stationery that you use during the day, organizing your work papers, or even vacuuming your work area. Be very mindful or consciously aware of what you're doing and why you're doing it. These kind of end-of-day behaviors are meant to indicate that you're leaving one role behind, whatever you do for work, and then entering into another role, for example, being a mother, father, athlete, band member, whatever. Life-changing stress management tip number 2. Learn to say no so as to avoid unnecessary stress. Really identify the people in life who energizes you and limit the amount of time you spend with people who unrelentingly zaps your energy. Now, do you always feel compelled to answer phone calls, texts, messages, and emails as soon as they come in? Well, start setting some personal boundaries as to when you're willing to take requests from people. So for instance, you might silence your phone during dinner or social events with family and friends. Or try telling the person who needs something from you that you need a few days to consider their request. Know your limits and decline any commitments that you don't feel you can honor. Life-changing stress management tip number 3. Set realistic goals. Break large tasks into smaller steps that you can do one at a time. If your goal is to read an entire book and making a commitment to read one chapter a day isn't happening, either because you're procrastinating or you're feeling too lazy to do it, then try reading 1 page a day instead. This 1 page a day may seem insignificant to you, but it's way more than what you would have done when you had that 1 chapter a goal a day. Adjust your standards and take a more good enough mentality. Life-changing stress management tip number 4. Now, don't forget to breathe. Breathing, as simple as it is, plays a very important role in stress management. People who are anxious often exhibit a different kind of breathing pattern than those who are feeling more relaxed. Those who are nervous and fearful tend to breathe in a really shallow fashion from their chest, very short, quick breaths, while those who are more relaxed will breathe more slowly and deeply from their abdomen. Now, the breath is essential to our livelihood. It increases oxygen to our brain and muscles, releases toxins from our lungs, improves our concentration, and triggers the relaxation response as well. So, boys and girls, the take-home message is this, and it's a good tweet too. When it comes to you and your stress, you want to wear the pants in that relationship. Manage your stress, or the stress will manage you. That's all for today, folks. Has this video gotten you started thinking about how you manage your stress on a regular basis? What works for you? I'd love to know so that I can share it with others. Send me an email and tell me all about it. Now, if you love this video, then I'm sure your family and friends would love it as well. So please share this video. See you next week, same time, same place on SMF TV.